Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to call the May 19th meeting of the Common Council to order. I will ask the clerk to call the roll to determine a quorum.
Alderperson Lysick.
Here.
May.
Here.
Probst. Here. Reinke. Here. Rote.
Here.
Vitale.
Here.
Weigel.
Here.
Barzak.
Here.
Chapletsky. Here. Haas.
Here.
10 present, none excused.
We have a quorum. Our pledge tonight will be led by Alderman Lysick.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have no public hearings this evening, so we will move right into item E on your agendas, which is citizen participation. This is an opportunity for residents to address the council on any matters of interest to them. Does anybody wish to address the council under citizen participation this evening? Okay, seeing none, we will close citizen participation and we will move on to item F on your agendas. Our standing committees will be meeting during recess. Those room numbers are listed on page 1 of your agendas. Item G is the mayor's report. I have a couple of things this morning. I want to do a reminder that the city's Memorial Day parade and ceremony is coming up. It's going to be held on Monday the 25th. The parade steps off at 10 o'clock in the morning and it proceeds down Greenfield Avenue, down 75th and back east on National Avenue, wrapping up at Veterans Memorial Park, where there will be a brief ceremony starting at about 11 o'clock. And I believe under the under the alderman's comments, Alderman Rote may do a recruitment
Yeah, we have a
pitch.
few seats left on the trolleys, so give me a call if you're interested. Any and all veterans.
Okay, veterans for the trolley, call Alderman Rote. This week is National EMS Week in the country, and I have declared it in West Allis. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge the paramedics at the West Allis Fire Department. This profession has grown since it was declared in, I think, 1972 or 73 by President Ford. The role of the EMS practitioners in saving lives from cardiac arrest, trauma, getting people to the hospitals to equip and treat heart attacks and strokes, and showing caring and compassion to their caring and compassion to their patients in their most difficult moments is a very valuable service that our residents and visitors receive. So I want to thank them and acknowledge them. On a similar note, I would like to thank the members of the fire department who put on the open house last weekend. It was a very well-attended community event. It was a beautiful day, and the fire department did a very nice job, as well as the police department, the health department, and all the other city departments that participated. I know the Haas children and the Divine children were running around for a while, and I want to thank Flight for Life for paying a visit also. And the last thing I have is this morning, the West Allis Police Department took part or conducted a pedestrian safety operation in our city, focusing on vehicles that were failing to yield to pedestrians that were trying to legally cross the street. We had an undercover officer acting as a pedestrian and nearby officers who stopped the drivers that failed to yield. In about an hour and 10 minutes, they had 18 stops. The goal was to make contact with the drivers that failed to stop for pedestrians and try to educate them on their responsibilities as a driver. We worked on this to try to raise awareness as the summer months are coming up to pedestrian safety issues. In many cases, the parties said they did not realize they were required to yield to the pedestrian as they crossed in an uncontrolled intersection. In most cases, the drivers were advised of their violation of the law and given a written warning. However, a total of 5 citations were issued for various offenses. So there will be more. This was seen as a success by the department. And as you're driving around our city, please be careful and remember that pedestrians do have the right of way. That concludes the lengthy mayor's report this evening. Do we have any reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine?
Alderman Weigel.
I would just like to remind everyone that West Allis a la carte is coming up once again. As always, it's the first Sunday in June, which puts it Sunday, June 7th this year. We've had great weather, great turnout. It's grown into just a very fantastically successful event for the downtown. Noon to 6 p.m., Greenfield Avenue between 70th and 76th Street. Hope to see everyone there. Thanks.
Thank you, Alderman Weigel. Do we have any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine.
Alderman May.
Mayor, this past weekend, I had the distinct honor of accompanying my grandfather on the Stars and Stripes honor flight to Washington DC. And, leading into it, I'd been to Washington DC quite a few times. I'd seen the memorials. I'd obviously been on a plane, It was just, I thought, a really nice thing to do for my grandfather. And it ended up being more than I thought it would be, not only for him, but for myself as well. One of the greatest lessons to come out of this is that, these soldiers showed up when duty called, and the amount of thanks given to them, every airport we went to, every memorial we went to, it just put a huge smile on their faces. And it taught me that sometimes it's not just what you say, it's what you do. And as much as it's easy to say thank you to our veterans, it's another thing to show up and show them your thanks. And I'm going to use this as a plug for the Memorial Day Parade. Please do show up. It means a very big deal to our veterans, not just to say thank you, but to show them your support and your thanks. And while I'm at it, I also want to thank Mayor Devine and Council President Lysick for sending letters to my grandfather for the mail call, is what they call it, on the plane home. They get an envelope with correspondence from family and other leaders, and I want to thank you both for doing that. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other reports from the alderpersons?
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
I move for approval of the minutes of the Common Council regular meeting of May 5th, 2015.
Second.
There is a motion with a second by Alderman Reinke. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We will move on to item J on our agendas. I'll ask for a motion to place item 2 on file and refer items 3 through 6 to the city attorney.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Probst, second by Alderman Barzak. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item K, Standing Committee Reports, License and Health Committee, Alderman Chaplesky.
Mayor Devine, I'll be reading those out after recess.
Thank you.
Mayor Devine.
Alderman Lysick.
I move that we stand in recess until conclusion of the committee meetings.
There's a motion and a second by Alderman Vitale. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are in recess.